today's episode we are doing it right here at Lakeland Day, so make sure to visit. This is 2026 and I'm wishing you a happy new year. So let's go inside and enjoy the interview which we will do. Let's go. Good morning and happy new year to everyone who is watching this video. I'm your host at Olio Podcast today, and we have a very special guest, Mr Jasper Musonda, who is the aspiring Council Chairperson for Kawambwa Constituency. Welcome to the show, sir.
Good morning. How are you? How is the morning? I want to greet the people of Kawambwa and also Kawambwa district at large. Happy New Year. In fact, it's my birthday. I'm 50 years old now and some hours.
Wow. Happy birthday, sir. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Same to you.
Now, I'm going to need you to tell me a bit more about yourself, your education background, your birthhood, and anything more just about yourself.
Thank you so much. First and foremost, as I said, greetings to all the people. My full names are Jasper Musonda, male. I'm 50 years old. I'm married with 4 children. My beloved wife, Mrs. Jennifer Musonda. I was born on 1st January 1976, village Mumbolo, Chief Kazembe, district Mwanza-Wombwe. By then, previously it was the Kawambwa district. Have done my primary school and secondary school at Chipungu Primary and Basic School, where I got my grade 9 and grade 7 certificates in 1992. From there, I went to Ncherenge Secondary School, grade 10, 11 and 12. I completed there in 1995. After that, I became a school leaver looking for employment. I was given a job. Some time back as a school leaver, as an untrained teacher in Kaputa, Northern Province for 1 year. Thereafter, I joined judiciary on 1st June 2001 as an assistant court clerk or assistant cleric officer under judiciary. And my first appointment was I was posted to Puta local court, which is in Ncherenge. Thereafter, I was transferred to Ncherenge local court, where I worked as clerk in charge to supervise the members of staff. After that, I was transferred again to Kambwari local court within Ncherenge district as in charge at the same time. Thereafter, I was transferred to Munganda local court in Kawambwa, where I served also as a clerk in charge. Thereafter, I worked at Mushota local court as clerk in charge also, and part of Chama local court because it is in Mumbai. We used to go there to do the clerical work as the mandate for the clerk in charge. After that, I was promoted to go to Kaputa district office for the local court as a registry clerk. Thereafter, I was transferred back in the office of the local courts officer, Kawambwa district. The jurisdiction is Chienge, Ncherenge, Kawambwa and Mwense. So I was manning the registry for the local courts officer. Apart from that, I was promoted as a court interpreter for Kawambwa subordinate court, where I served as a court interpreter. Thereafter, I was trained as a clerk of court in 2011 in Lusaka. After that, I was promoted as a clerk of court for Mwense subordinate court in Wapra province. And I became the commissioner of oath to certify the documents as per mandate within that job. Luckily enough, I was also promoted as a senior clerk of court administration Northern Province at Kasama High Court. I served there. One time I was even acting as assistant registrar of Kasama High Court Northern Province. From there I was transferred to Mansa, Luapula, in the same capacity as a senior clerk of court in charge of Luapula province. Shortly after, I was given another appointment as under sheriff, meaning I was number 3 from the headquarters, which is Osaka. So I was third in the hierarchy of the sheriff of Zambia. Thereafter, I resigned from judiciary on 18th June 2018. That marks the end of the question, how I can tell about myself and background.
So now, thank you so much for that question. So what made you to resign in 2018?
Actually, the main reason why I resigned, I was working under pressure.
Okay.
I was working under pressure from the previous regime, the government which was there. Because others, they knew me before that I was a LPND member, even in Chienge before I joined judiciary as information and publicity secretary. Okay. So I was known very well in that line. So that made me to resign, and that was the content even on my letter of resignation that I tendered to Judicial Service Commission.
Well, that's a very nice background to share. Now, I have this question which I really want to ask you. There was a video which was circulating some time ago on social media. What can you say about that video? I'm sure it brought a lot of disturbance to your family, your friends, even to the children.
Thank you so much for that question. I like it. Actually, the way that thing happened, it was unexpected. And the way it came, I just received samples, video call from outside the country to the foreign numbers. Shortly after, the call ended, and I started receiving some messages that no, we have just captured you, give us 4,000 so that we cannot expose you. And I was home with my wife when it was happening. That was on 5th October 2025. Actually, the disturbance was there, and maybe it is still there in one way or another. But before I go any further, I want to encourage the members of the public to have still confidence in me. Because what happened, it was unplanned for. There are some people from the same conversation were telling me, no, give us the money, so much so that we cannot expose you. Thereafter, the family was very much aware what happened, and I'm still having the same peace from the community and also to the members of the family. In the same vein, it was a trap from my political opponents who wanted to pull me down so that maybe I can stop in this journey for political arena, which I'm still standing very strong in that way. Apart from that, the matter has been reported to Kawambwa police station, and the docket has been opened, although it has taken time from 5th October 2025 to 1st January 2026. They're still carrying out the investigations. Finally, I was told to say no, they have sent the docket, or they are sending the docket to Wapula Division, because the numbers which were calling me, they were showing the foreign numbers, whereby my even Facebook account was hiked. Instead of being Jasper Musonda, it was Jasper. ER was missing. So now they're still waiting. They said they're going to report the matter to the police, Interpol, who deals with the international cause. Otherwise, this is a position I cannot say much on that one, because investigations are still going on. And once they are finished with the investigations, the matter should be reported to, the case should be taken to court to be dealt with the suspect once they are found guilty and convicted.
So now, not really to hold you, after that incident happened, how did you deal with it? I mean, even the people in church, were you not disturbed?
Actually, that disturbance was there, and I was very strong. I was even explaining to the church members, even to the general public, Even the conversation, the way it was, send the money, we will not expose you, they are just your best friends who have done that, we are going to mention them once you pay the money, and we tried so much so that we can get the contact of this person, but since they were just coming as foreign numbers, it was very difficult. Otherwise that disturbance was there, but the situation has been done. You know, my interviewer, even what is happening here in Zambia, through the social media, you could find that even other people that you cannot bring into ridicule, to say even other ministers, even other people, you will find maybe somebody is a man, but there is even a voice of a lady or a girl talking about, even making people, they just put the age and then they do everything because of what they're talking about as the artificial intelligence, so that they destroy other characters.
Okay, thank you so much. Now, what was the response that your wife gave? I'm sure she was very, maybe you know, sometimes when such things happen, you get to be questioned to say. But you mentioned to say your wife was there when it was happening. Now, how did she take that?
I was thinking in the similar way, how she's going to react. But for the good part of it, she was around when I received that call. So I have no problem from that time to date. Nothing has changed. Even other family members, they were there. I called them, I explained to them, and there is no impact negatively from that side to my wife and to my family members. Okay. Which is very, very okay. And the house is just still stable and intact. No wonder why I was saying that I need to have still the confidence in me from the public for what has happened. And we are just moving well as a family.
Yeah, very true. Anyways, we jump to the next question. So you are a lawyer by profession, right? So now, what made you join politics?
Before that, I'm a lawyer by profession, also as an administrator by profession. Okay. Oh. I have done public administration, which was level 1 under University of Zambia. Okay. I did also certificate, advanced certificate, under the same one. From there, I did a diploma public administration under University of Zambia. From there, I graduated to select me to do another course because I was inspiring higher in that field. I did diploma human resource under University of Zambia. Then at the degree level, I did the public administration under LUTEBIM, Livingston International University. And currently, I'm pursuing a master's right now. The reason why I thought of that, in the same courses that I've mentioned, there was one component of political science or political dichotomy, which was also a course that I have done. It is also Local Government Act, Chapter 281 of the Laws of Zambia, which talks about the councils, how the councils operates. Then also there is Employment and Labor Laws Act, Chapter 268 of the Laws of Zambia. There is also Industrial Relations, which is 269 of the Laws of Zambia. So these courses, they were also encouraging to do the politics. Besides that, when I've joined active politics, the general public, people of Kawambwa Central Constituency, as well as the Pambashe Constituency, because these constituencies are under one district, which is Kawambwa. They started calling for my leadership. Okay. No wonder why I was encouraged by the people who have got the power to vote for me, to give me the position in the office once voted, considering how some works I'm currently doing. So those made me to be encouraged from the general public in Kawambwa district.
Wow. Well, thank you so much viewers for watching. We'll go for a short break. We'll be right back. Oliwe podcast. Like I said, my name is George, and we are filming this at Oliwe. Oh my God. And we are filming this at Legande Court. Now, welcome back to the show, sir.
Thank you so much.
So now, this question, how do you think these courses that you've done, how are they going to help you when you get elected as the council chairperson?
Thank you so much for that overwhelming question. Within the courses that I've been talking about, when you talk about public administration, it's a situation which occurs or happens between the two people and more. For instance, I'll take the best example. It's a marriage between the two, the husband and the wife. Once they are two, they form what means the public administration. And when you have the child, you may be 2 children or 3, automatically you're going to have a large family. So from there, public administration starts now operating, whereby you need to know the function of the management.
Okay.
So you are able to understand first and foremost with these courses. If I'm given a chance being elected to be the council chairperson for Kawambwa Town Council, it can help me very, very much, and the council can benefit, because there is what we go in terms of the functions of the management. One, there is planning, there is organizing, there is directing, there is commanding. So all these things that I will just briefly mention, these are almost like the committees for the council. We have director planning or planning department, it's there. We have also the district planning office, it's there. There is a treasury office there, and the other establishment committee which deals with the human resource department, and the human resource entirely for Kawambwa Town Council. So for that, it becomes very easier. Even when you are working with the principal officer, who is the council secretary, she is able to understand my role as a council chairperson in terms of the management. Apart from with these courses, I'm very sure the courses that I was mentioning in terms of law courses, we have the Director Human Resource at the Council, of which we might be sharing notes with the Director Human Resource through the Council Secretary. Because these courses, they mandate even somebody to be the Council Secretary, somebody to be Director HR and Admin. And now there are even the committees for the council, for the councillors. We have the sub-person committee, chairperson for planning, education, and the other committees. So meaning all these committees, they fall under the way these courses can help me through the local authority. Apart from that, the law courses I was talking about, this time the council, through decentralization policy, they have introduced the Department of Legal Department, whereby the legal department, we can be listening with that office very helpful, more especially to increase sources of revenue. For instance, we have people who have not paid the rates. It's just the office of the legal counsel for Kawambwa Town Council who prepares the notice. Then they take it to the sheriff for the bailiff or private bailiff, or maybe through the judiciary, so that they go in the field, they get the revenue for the council, meaning in that line you stand a better chance. Apart from that, the legal department also, it has got a very technical way, in the sense that whenever, for instance, they want to hire and fire the human resource for Kawambwa Town Council, they're supposed to see the implications. The implications I'm referring to is, once maybe they want to employ, what is the recruitment process? Are they just within the Employment Act? So much so that they cannot go beyond, for instance, requirements. They want maybe somebody with a diploma, then they employ somebody. And if there is somebody who have applied with a degree or diploma, then you have picked there. Those are the implications from the court. So that is a technical way. Apart from that, general public, you can be advising on the legal matters, how to take the case to the local courts, to the magistrate, to the High Court, even in other legal issues. Even now, when I'm not the council chairperson for Kawambwa Town Council, I've been receiving people. They have been coming. Even I remember, so to tell you much, I remember very well when we had the 2021 general petitions. It's very, very sure I remember some of the officers under the UPND structure, whereby I was given the mandate to prepare the petitions. somebody from UPND petitioned the one who was duly elected for the council chairperson. And the 4 councillors, if I'm not mistaken, Ngona wants, then Kawambwa wants, and a few others that I cannot mention. So it was that chance I was given from the secretariat to UPND to say, Musonda, you have been to court before. Can you prepare? Instead of spending the money to look for the lawyers to prepare that until they are the tribunal to declare were declared as winners. So that can really help me through the council once given the chance elected, considering the professional process that I've done so far.
Oh, nice one. So now I also get surprised where people would be invited to certain functions instead of inviting those who are in office.
Thank you so much. As earlier when I said on that one, I said I was I resigned because of the pressure that I had, because I wasn't a UPND member, IPS in Chenge constituency under UPND. I was just born like that. Okay. Why I've said so? In Chenge, I saved the life of the people before I came even to Kawambwa. As I said that my mother was from Chenge, my father is from Kawambwa. As you interview me, I'm a dog orphan who needs also empowerment. But I feel to say no, the way I'm going through as a double orphan, let me be helping other people. I've been helping through the churches in terms of various activities. I don't know what God has directed to me to help the community. No wonder why, once I have the little that I have, if they say we are building, I contribute maybe some cement or some door frames, or even some money. Or where there is no, we are doing the PS system promotion. I do a lot of activities through the youth, the women, sports activities, sponsored Kawambwa and Central Constituency tournament, which was done effectively and efficiently. No problems, which were done, even part of Pambashe. So it has just been like that. In Chienge, I was dealing with fuel as a supplier. I used to construct to construct some public infrastructure. Yeah.
So you know, to hold you mentioned about sponsoring sports, right? So now I feel like when you look at Kawambwa in the entertainment sector, I feel like people that are into content creation, musicians, are not well supported. So now, if you got the chance to be a council chairperson, what do you think would you do to help the content creators? Because I believe in Kawambwa, the entertainment sector is really not on that level, like Mansa and other places.
Actually, on that one, that's where we are having a problem. Because the sports, when you talk about how the minister has been created, Minister of Youth, Arts and Sports, it is too general. We need to cater the journalists, we need to cater even the musicians and the other. But now, when you look at Kawambwa respectively, Pambashe and Kawambwa Central constituencies, we don't have even such facilities, whereby we need to have. For instance, where we are talking of we are doing the grand. If we have even the other public infrastructure which the council should create through the CDF, yes, we could be just paying to the council. You pay some, they get even the revenue. So we need to work as a team. Once I can be given that chance to be considered as council chairperson, once they vote for me, we still stand a better chance to do what is expected, so that all the people in different ages are taken into consideration. So don't have the education, which is very, very true.
What position do you hold as at now in UPND before adoptions?
Thank you so much, my interviewer. Before I could answer in that way, I was appointed as a presidential campaign team leader for presidential campaign team and presidential support program by the current His Excellency Mr. Hakainde HM. That time he was in opposition. That was in 20 October, okay, if I'm not mistaken, 20 October 2020, somewhere there. From there, I did the campaigns for the 2 constituencies. I was even appointed to be campaign manager for Mr. Andrew Sanders, the one currently serving in Angola as deputy ambassador. I was his campaign manager. I also worked as a part of campaign manager in some areas under Pambashe to the current Member of Parliament, Honorable Justin Kapema.
Okay.
Thereafter, UPN took over from the last regime government. Then I was appointed as provincial treasury chairperson for Luapula province, presidential campaign team, and presidential support program. The first letter that I got in 2021, it was just written by himself, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema. By then he was in opposition as party president for UPND. Then the second one, after we took over power, it was the Secretary General for UPND who appointed me copies to the party president and the vice president and other senior officials, and copy to the national chairperson for presidential campaign team throughout the Republic of Zambia. When we had these by-elections in Kawambwa district for Pambashe, Kawambwa Central, then for the council chairperson, and also for the councillor in Oshiwa, because the one was there, was employed, was trained as a teacher. After deployment, that's how there was by-elections. The presidential campaign team and presidential support program, they started rebranding to see the positions which were not fit, where there is needs, and that happened in good faith. During the campaign, I was given a position to say, no, since even the campaigns are within Kawambwa district. I was at the district as district chairperson. I worked also. I was told to say, no, I will be at the constituency. So we have done what is expected to those positions as presidential campaign member.
As a member of the presidential campaign team, what key lessons have you learned that you can apply to the local government?
Thank you so much with that question, my interviewer. The presidential campaign team and presidential support program, when I was appointed, that was the mandate that I was supposed to be carrying. One, I was doing the campaign to interpret the manifesto for UPND. From 2021 to 2026, for 5 years, it was me within Kawambwa who was interpreting. Now, when we talk about things which have been happened, those things, they have really helped the council and they can help me. One, the president has talked about it and it has started even being implemented in terms of decentralization policy, where we have to understand between what is the difference between the local government and the central government. Even the equalization funds that have been receiving to cushion the council operations, they come from the central government. It comes to the rural authority where we are as Kawambwa Town Council. Then we are talking of CDF. Those were my songs I was singing to say, no, CDF is going to be increased. So as I go to the council like this year, we have heard how again CDF allocation has been increased to 40 million plus, which was not there before. It was 1.6 before the current Republican president, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, came into power. It was 1.6 million, but it has been going there increasing. When we talk about the Employment Act, the employment which is going on, council, they have different departments, as I was saying. We see people who are just from public health section. Sometimes they recruit people there, even other departments from the council. So there are a lot those positions I was talking about for presidential campaign team, which you can do, because most of everything the council is doing, those are the songs that I was singing as campaign manager to interpret the constitution of UPND and the manifesto for UPND. So whatever we are seeing from the council, it was my song that I was singing as campaign manager for 90 days.
You were the right person to contest as the council chairperson at this time.
Thank you so much. I feel to be the best candidate because of the following reasons that I could say. Pambashe Constituency and Kawambwa, even if they are going to have maybe the elimination of constituencies, even in Ruongo, the constituencies might be 3. The people of Kawambwa district, they are looking for my leadership. they have seen something that have been doing, charitable organization works that have been doing. And the people themselves within the two constituencies are the people who are calling me. Even sometimes I receive from the general public of Kawambwa, no, Mr. Musonda, there are very few people who are just doing it. You are not even in the office, but you are able to work, you are able to help people, you are able to do this. Sometimes I receive even donors that I don't expect to say, no, you can even take for sports, or you can take this to the church. So I know amongst the other candidates who might be there, I think I need to be given a chance, if God wishes, through the people, that I'm the best candidate. Apart from that, I've talked about even the profession that I've talked about, to say no, I've done part of law, I've done public administration. These are the courses that even the people in the offices, like the council secretary, the principal officer, and other members of the council, they know very well that even these courses, they can add value once I can be voted as the best candidate for the position of the council chairperson in August 2026.
Beautiful. So now, what is your vision for council when it gets elected as a chairperson?
First and foremost, power comes from the people. Once they give me power, I'll start number one with the vision. I need to improve. We have Kawambwa Technical Secondary School. I don't know if it is Kawambwa STEM, whereby we have difficulties. And we thank God we never lost any life at Kawambwa Boys Technical Secondary School, being the boarding school. Sanitation there is very bad. It is very bad. It has been called for. Even other members of the public, they could come to Swat and to just help with maybe to do 1 or 2 toilets, something like that. So once I can be voted into power, I'm sure I can start with Kawambwa Boys, because they are opening the school maybe 2 weeks from now. So automatically, maybe if that problem was not being worked on, then automatically, maybe by second term, if I might be in the office, I can start with Kawambwa. Apart from that, the other vision that I have, really as Kawambwa, it's a very big constituency, a very big district. When we talk about Pambashe, we don't have such facilities underneath of well. Like, we don't have the mortuaries. In Pambashe, if there is a death happens maybe this time, I'm sure they have a challenge of transport. So automatically, they will just keep the body at home, others who don't have financial capacity, and then the following day they do the burying. This is what is actually happening in Pambashe. There is no mortuary. As compared to Kawambwa, when you talk about the last 10 years ago, or maybe from the Census Central Statistic Office, the total population has been high. So even in Kawambwa, we have got only one mortuary. So sometimes the space can't allow once we have those bodies there. So automatically, even in Kawambwa Central, we need such facilities. Apart from that, when we look at the public infrastructure also, I should ensure that we do work in hand with the councillors who might be duly also elected after August 2026. We should work in collaboration and the council management. Why I'm saying so? When you look at the judiciary, we don't have the building. We don't have the local court building. But the local court is executing its mandate, and they are just renting. Previously, they were renting just after filling station in Kawambwa. They were just renting there. From there to the new FRA offices or storage, that's where they are renting a house. So automatically, that house is not even habitable for such kind of activities to be taken in that house. So automatically, we have to look. We should have infrastructure like maybe of the building for the local court. We still stand a better chance. Apart from that, when we look at other public infrastructure we are talking about, when we go to these two constituencies where I've been going within 18 wards, there are some of the schools which have no infrastructure. You find that there is a school, maybe one that we can point not to the standard where it is supposed to be there. And apart from that, there is no house. Maybe for a teacher, or maybe for Minister of Agriculture and other members of the civil service. So all those issues we need to work well as a council. When we talk about the other issue of my vision, we need to improve the status quo of the farmers in the district. in terms of adding more crops, not to depend on maize only. We need to have chilies. Others have already started planting these pineapples. We need to have chili. We need to have ginger and the other things. We need to create that market as a council, because once we do that, it is also enhancing, creating sources of revenue of the council. So there are other activities whereby FRI, you find that the FRI satellite depots, they are very far. They are very far to the community. So it becomes very difficult. Most of the farmers, they spend a lot of money to pay for the transporter for a distance, maybe there is a 30 or 40 kilometers, where people have their goods, their produce, and then they are looking for transporter to take the same produce to the FRI. So if they are very close, you stand the better chance. Maybe they can just take a bicycle, or maybe they will, but they take it to the FRI. So we have to create more, satellite depots for FRI. Then the road network. Let's talk about Kawambwa district as a whole. The way it is, we don't have the drainage. Yes, the council is doing the implementation. If you talk about the drainages here in Kawambwa, they are in the dilapidated state. Very bad. Whereby even the roads, as the council, they have already started working on the same. But the drainages are very, very poor. We need to improve on part of the drainages and the network, the road network. Like the way I was talking about the transportation of FRI. If we have the feeder roads also, it can also help the farmers to have access. Even other civil servants that we're talking about, others, they come very far to come and draw salaries from Kawambwa. Sometimes others, they take 2 to 3, 4 days without going back for work. Apart from that, we need to have more banks. We have only the Zanaco Kawambwa here. So that congestion, when you talk about the population and the customers, the clients that Zanaco has, it becomes very, very difficult. And when you talk about Zanaco, yes, you can see how Zanaco has been designed there. Sorry to say this, but we need to talk about the reality. We have not even seen the public sanitation, the toilets, they are not there. So it becomes very inconveniencing. So we need to have also more banks. Apart from that, with my vision, let's talk about RATSA office. We don't have the RATSA office here in Kawambwa district. Consider the vast of Kawambwa district. From Chimpiri, it's just after the wing, but it's part of Kawambwa district. Now, when you want to pay road tax, insurance, fitness, it becomes a challenge. You have to travel to Cherenge. Even if you want to pay a simple amount of money for those levies, it becomes a challenge because we have to move. So we need to create that conducive environment to have the RATSA office here. When you carry out the research, my interviewer, when you carry out the research, the revenue that RATSA receive once they come here for mobile, it's more than in Cherenge office, which is more stationed there. So we need to have also RATSA office here. It reduces even accidents. Yes, traffic office under Zambia police, they're just working. But even others, they want to access driving license, it becomes very difficult. We have seen how these motor bike runners, others, they don't know even the rules on the road. They don't have even driving license. So if we have such kind of facilities, we stand a better chance that we need to have a good space with the concerns towards my vision. Apart from when you talk about the same, these motorbike runners, they're supposed to have also the association to have even access also to acquire the loans, to acquire the grants. But sometimes it becomes very, very difficult to access, so that we empower them. Even on the last part, we are talking of inclusiveness, either in the parliament, even from the local council. If I ask you, my interviewer, the answer would be no automatically. How many girls or ladies who are motorbike riders? No one. They feel they are neglected. So we have to work on those areas so that we cut everyone, we share the national cake from the national up to the grassroots level.
Yeah, beautiful. We have to vote for Mr. Jasper Musonda. Now, I have this question. The youth and the women, they face many challenges at local level. So now, if you get elected as the Council Chairperson, what plans do you have for them?
Actually, I should ensure transparency and accountability to consider them. Why I'm saying so, sometimes we have to face the reality. Sometimes the youth or the women, they feel neglected, which is not the case. If you check around back when it comes for elections, there are very few ladies, even youths who participate in the elections. No wonder why we are praising the Republican President, Dr. Hakainde for the peace which is there during the elections. Previously it was worse. So that intimidation, frustrations, violence, it is also always demotivating. So we need to be sensitizing people as if you become a council chairperson. Yes, I know the part of administration which can be talking about, I know even the offices, they are there. Conflict management, awareness, sensitization, what should not be done and what is expected to be done. Then these youths we are talking about, they are under pressure in terms of employment. Employment levels is very, very low. I don't know what is happening and what we are doing as a council. Because when we are talking about employment levels for youth, it's not very effective and efficient. Why I'm saying so, you find that I'll go down with the economic activities in terms of employment. We had a lot of by-elections here in Kawambwa, whereby the youth complained not being considered to work under Electoral Commission of Zambia. But participation of elections were done, and the polling assistants, they were working. You find that other people were just coming outside Kawambwa district and Luapula province. Others were coming from Copperbelt, Ndola, Kitwe, and the other places, infringing the rights to employment to the people who are within Kawambwa. When you talk about the same employment, go to the rural health facilities, go to the rural schools. You find that maybe it's grade 1 to grade 6 or grade 1 to grade 7. They're supposed to have maybe 3, 4, 5 teachers. You find that maybe there's just 2 teachers. The reason is very simple. We don't do the right thing at the right time when it comes for recruitment. You find that you have employed other people from Lusaka province, Copperbelt province. They just come here, they are employed, they have given their money number, and they start getting even their salaries. Thereafter they go back, I want to go and join my husband in Lusaka. Meaning they have created that, they have gone to Lusaka or Copperbelt province or whichever province, then leaving the school or the health facility without the employee, meaning we have shortage of manpower because they have gone, and the payment payroll is still capturing the same person who is, for example, in Ndola or Tuapia Primary School. It's just an example. But somebody is supposed to get, is in Ndola, is getting the payment payroll for one of the schools here in Kawambwa, which is not very fair. Like they have talked about the by-elections. People complained. Even when it comes for the accountability, you're talking of employment, you find that the advert, the way it is running, is not even giving or accommodating people within Kawambwa to know. You find that other maybe relatives from somewhere, somehow, those are the ones who just know the advert. And then from there they get employed. Thereafter they start going. So those are the issues that we want to avoid. We are also Zambians. We need to have a national cake. People of Kawambwa, youth, women, they're supposed to get also employed in any areas. So that once even they get the money, they will boost the local economy of Kawambwa district.
So now, what will be your relationship with the councillors, the council staff, as well as the traditional leaders when you get elected as the council chairperson?
For that question, my interviewer, first and foremost, I would just say the relationship would be very, very warming.
Okay.
And even now, the community, no wonder why with the question that I was asked, why only the people they pick to say, no, we have this problem, you don't donate these things and something like that. That shows a public confidence from the general community who are going to give me the vote. And the relationship that I have with the traditional leaders is okay. I cannot complain. Even to the council, once I visit the council, because I'm also a member of the council, because I'm within Kawambwa, or within the jurisdiction of Kawambwa Town Council. With the members of staff, I have no problem on my personal capacity as a Jasper Musonda, who is vying for that position to be the council chairperson after August 2026. Then once I'm elected, I'll work more than the way it is, because I have the full mandate. The structure of the council empowers to work with the chiefs, of which all the chiefs that we have in Kawambwa district respectively, others they are in the sub-committees, others they are in the Department of Planning Works, others they are from Health Department, different committees where these traditional leaders they are. As part of the sub-committees which are being chaired by also the councillors respectively, like the way I talked about the sub-committees for the councillors. Then within the same structure, once I become as the council chairperson for 2026, I know that I'll be the head for Kawambwa Town Council once elected. Meaning, it is my mandate to be working between the community generally and also the members of staff for the council as their establishments and departments of the In relation to the same question, when we talk about the council management or members of the council, they are mandated also to work within their structure. So even if I can be elected, I become the council chairperson, I know those are the departments I was talking about. I should work in hand with the principal officer, who is the council secretary at our local level, local authority. Then we have other departments, like they was talking about finance, director planning, director engineering, director HR, human resource, and others. So them also they have got their unit of span to control their members of staff at the lower level as their subordinates. So I have to work with them hand in hand, because I cannot work alone. Even if I can be the head of the council, unit of command must be there and unit of purpose, so that we work as a team. Collaboration must be taken also into consideration. So I expect to have a very, very good relationship as I become, or if I become as a council chairperson for Kawambwa Town Council.
Now, how will you promote transparency and accountability?
It must be adhered to. One, I'll talk about awarding of contracts. Contracts should be awarded considering what is expected within the guidelines. Sometimes we receive contractors, suppliers, of which we go beyond the directive of His Excellency the President of the Republic of Zambia, who always emphasize, once you are awarding contracts, consider the local. And then once the local, maybe they don't meet the qualifications, that's when you can engage others, like from Wansabombo, which is nearby, the boundary near Kawambwa. Then we talk about Rupososhi. Then we talk about other geographical boundaries. So we should ensure that once the contracts are being awarded, people should have the national cake. Sometimes we even see same contractors being awarded contracts, others are not there. And it becomes very, very difficult to have their documentation to be renewed. To pay ZDRA, you renew other documents from NCC National Council for Constructions, ZPP, Zambia Public Procurement, to have all those workers' compensation, to have all those certificates becomes very difficult. If contracts are being just awarded to maybe same individuals, others will be left out, and that capacity building will not be there.
True.
When we talk about the other issue of accountability, we need to be accountable of all what we are doing in terms of the employment. That's why it becomes also an issue. Sometimes we employ underqualified members of the staff, leaving the people who have got maybe the qualifications. It becomes also questionable. So we have to do a right thing at the right time. If they say they want diploma orders or degree orders, masters or PhD, if that job requests for that, let's do a right thing at the right time.
I believe politics brings a lot of divisions. How do you plan to unite people from different parties?
Actually, on that one, it is very, very simple and straightforward to bring unity amongst the divisions which happens. The reasons is very simple. I've been doing this since 2021, and I was not working alone. I was working with other political parties. In the Conflict Management Committee as a member, I was representing the UPND. Once elections are about to commence, sensitization is there. Then there is also even other trainings for conflict management from the district level to the province and to the headquarters through Electoral Commission of Zambia, where they talk about the early warning signs, the rates, and the implications, how to mediate, how to refer cases beyond the conflict management committee. So before campaign starts, they engage this committee of all the political parties or all the stakeholders who are involved in that particular elections. If you have maybe 6 political parties contesting, this one from UPND, this one from Socialist Party, this one from Citizen First Name, this one from NCP, and other many political parties that I have not mentioned. If really they attend, they are participating, they're supposed to be one member who represents each political party. And once there is a complaint that this political party has done this to this political party, automatically within 24-hour service, they're supposed to write the letter to the council secretary, who is the principal officer, but for the purpose of elections, is called as district electoral officer, where he has even other returning officers and assistant returning officers. Once they receive that letter, they're supposed to inform, to say this is what is happening, and the following day, they're supposed to convene the meeting as conflict management. Then they give reasons. No, you tiered this material for this, you did this, you assaulted this. Automatically, they ask the part. Before they ask the part concerned, they will ask the complainant who complained on behalf of other political party. After that, then they ask. If they agree, they give reasons. They tell even the remedies, the solutions, so that that thing cannot be taken again in a similar way. If not, it is beyond, like in the campaign period, you murder somebody. The conflict management cannot come into under that case. In fact, they can even call somebody to go and say we received this complaint, because that is a capital offense which cannot be dealt despite it has just happened within the period of campaigns. So, as I am saying, I have been trained from those professionals I was talking about, how to handle those preliminary issues. And like the way I'm working from the community, we stay with the other political parties. Others are our family members, others are our friends. So we should encourage at all the costs. Politics should be politics. And then we should do what is expected within the context of the meaning of what politics is, what are the objectives of the politics. So once you follow that procedure, you advise, because if I can become a council chairperson after August 2026, I might be calling the council secretary, because he might be, or she might be, the secretary to the council chairperson to say there is this and this is a period of campaign. Because if we condone, we say no, we put divisions, then we're not doing a right thing at the right time. One, will create enmity between our family members. Because other family members, we have seen, maybe I can be from UPND, the other brother can be for Socialist Party. So we are just within, so we can just do what is expected within the meaning of to avoid such conflicts, and then we work without divisions. This is my thinking in that line also.
Wow, nice explanations right there. We'll go for a short break. We'll be right back. back to the show. I'm here with Mr. Jasper Musonda. We are filming this at Legrand Airport, like I said. So now, I have two last questions to ask you. Before I ask you, welcome to the show once again.
Thank you so much.
I didn't ask you about your outfit. Who prepared this nice outfit? Was it your wife or it was yourself?
Yeah, actually, as I earlier on said, this outfit you have seen, it's being done by my wife. She's a teacher by profession, and she did home craft at that time, where even so it's just a part of drawing from my beautiful wife. No wonder why I said to say no.
Big shout out, big shout out, big shout out.
No wonder why I said that the home is not shaken with what went on the social media. Still be a lovely Mr. and Mrs. Which is very okay. And part of the graduation at that you have seen, that was 5 years ago when I did my degree public administration under the Kingston International University, where we had the vice chancellor, Professor Kalifungwa. I was the student there. And you will see another one in July. Was by that time I might also finish my master's. Thank you.
What message do you have for the people who may not believe in your leadership yet?
Thank you so much for that question. Under normal circumstance, you find that even God, some of us who have not believed in God, they all of us. If that, I'm sure, there are some who have believed, others who are not there. But what we are talking about, let's have the public confidence. Those who have not accepted, yes, resistance might be there in one way or another, but it's a gradual process. As we start, if I can be given that chance, I still stand a better chance to say, no, can you see what I'm doing? No wonder why the charitable works are showing to convince even the others for what I've been donating from the simple resources that I'm having when I'm not in active employment. It becomes also a motivation, even in the response, even in going to the field to see people, or people, you go there, you leave one material. Such kind of activities, they are making people to believe in me. And those who are not, yes, it might be in the other perception. It's not always when I can have the money. Even if you check from the workers, they get paid at once after the month end, but maybe 2, 3, 4 days. You find that even your parent, your brother, your son, your daughter, they don't have anything. And then if somebody maybe asks, which is maybe a personal thing, oh, do you have? I want a drink. Then you say I don't have. Then it becomes as the people have not believing in me, of which I still stand a better chance to say, if once given that chance, even those who might have a negative aspect, they are staying in the same community with those who are saying, no, I'm doing the right thing at the right timing. I'm not in the office, but I'm able to do 1 or 2 things to help the community, which will be also a motivation factor for them to consider and consider myself as one of them in my leadership that I might take once given the vote in 2026 in August.
So now, lastly, what is your appeal to the electorate as they choose their council chairperson?
Thank you so much. Being the last question from my interviewer, before I answer that one, we need to do something like construction of markets in Kawambwa district. And shelters. Because once we have markets, we don't have markets in some wards. I've moved to 18 wards. Pambashe 9 wards, and also Kawambwa Central 9 wards. Maybe 2 or 3 have got markets. I've been to Chimpiri ward, there is no market. When we come there, before we join to Rupososhi there, at Mufiri, we don't have even a shelter. When it comes like this period, being the rain season, people are just soaked by rain. There is no shelter there. When we come to Luongo ward, it's just the same. There is no market where people gather to go and buy and sell their commodities. Nothing. So come to Chikanda. So in short, what I'm trying to say is this. In those words where we don't have the markets, because we know the meaning of the market, we enhance revenue from the council. People go there. So we are losing revenue because of that. Coming to the other question. My appeal, once I become elected as Council Chairperson after 2026 August, you know, we have intentions to say, no, I want to do this, but positively things have gone negative. That's where we have some challenges. Of course, we have internal issues as political parties when it comes for the adoption process. The Electoral Commission of Zambia, they don't do anything. But once they bring them on board to say, no, what is expected, they have adopted this one, after filing of nominations, then whatever issues, conflicts, violence, it is within the meaning of the Electoral Commission as their mandates. Therefore, the other appeal, they do vote protection. Vote protection is there. We have the monitors. We have the agents. The agents comes also from the political parties. The monitors, it's the baby of the Electoral Commission of Zambia at the district level. To have the monitors being accredited, even the agents, to monitor the election process to avoid the malpractice and the other issues to say, no, things didn't go well from 6 hours, the voting day, up to the counting level, up to the declaration of the results and the other petitions. Otherwise, I want to urge and thank the listeners who are listening to this interview from my interviewer, who is very professional. Some questions are very technical. That needs somebody to be very sharp when responding, because it's a public document, public news that might be taken into consideration. Lastly, but not the least, I want to appeal to all the registered voters to come and vote in numbers wherever they have registered as people are going to cast the vote on that poll day, to avoid shunning away. We will not solve anything if you will say, no, me, I'm not going there because I never wanted to vote for this candidate for this. You will lose that vote. Somebody can just push through and declare the winner by 1 vote or 2 votes. We don't want to have such kind of scenario. Please, let's use our vote. It's our constitutional right. We have registered. We have to verify online. Once the system is on, the period will be there. Physically, we can verify the voters card and the NRC. And once we lose these documents, please, there are other officers that should come on board to have their voters card and the other things for replacement. Thank you so much. We need to have confidence in me, as earlier on with the questions which were coming from my interviewer, that I'm still with you. Consider me as your son of Kawambwa. So much so that we work. Even from the time I resigned from 2018, I'm here in Kawambwa. I stay here in Kawambwa. Not that I'm from Kawambwa. Even when I was working, all those transfers, 17 transfers that I was mentioning, my family was here in Kawambwa. I never moved because I love Kawambwa. Like the way my father, may he so rest in peace. He worked and very well here in Kawambwa. He was a teacher by profession. And he retired as an inspector of schools. He joined politics, my father, Mr Musonda, until he was promoted by the unique era as a social secretary. Even worked in Cherenge district. Even worked to Senanga at the Senanga Council. And he came back here in Kawambwa, where he worked as commercial and industrial secretary for Kawambwa Town Council. He was the secretary to His Royal, let's see, His Royal Highness who was the district governor. My father was the secretary. So politically, we were even learning other issues from the background of our father. And carried him from here in Kawambwa district. Thank you so much.
Watching viewers, this comes the end of our interview. Make sure to like the video, make sure to comment, make sure to share, and see you next time. Thank you for watching.